It's been a chilly Saturday with mostly cloudy skies and more clouds on the way in the forecast. Well, the latest for you on rain moving in too on your Sunday. That will be hitting us for much of next week. That's coming up.
Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Developing tonight, the body of a woman was found near the Red River at a park in Grand Forks today. Valley News Team's Katie Opperly has been following this story and joins us now with more about what happened. Katie, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Melanie, Grand Forks police officers were dispatched to Lincoln Park on a report of an unattended death around noon. Upon arrival, they found a deceased woman in the wooded area near Red River to the east of the boat landing. Police say the victim is estimated to be in her mid-30s and was initially found by someone who was attending a cross-country track meet at the park. People at the track meet told me that the park remained open and the meet continued, but the area near the boat landing was closed off and people were unable to go to their car if parked not next to the lot.
Next of kin has been notified. Her body has been transported to the UND pathology office for autopsy.
At this time, there is no evidence of foul play, and police say there is no danger to the public at this time. Melanie?
Okay, thank you, Katie. And an investigation is ongoing by the Grand Forks Police Department. A 34-year-old man is dead, and a driver is facing a DUI following a rollover accident that happened near Mayville on Friday. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says 45-year-old Troy Forsgren of Mayville was heading northbound on 150th Avenue Northeast. His pickup entered the west ditch and continued northbound until it struck a field approach. The vehicle launched over that approach and landed on the north side, coming to rest on its top. 34-year-old Darren Clabo of Portland, North Dakota was pronounced dead at the scene. Forsgren was transported to Sanford Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. He was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol. Neither occupant was wearing a seatbelt, and the crash is still under investigation. Authorities have identified 2 people who died in a crash on a snow-covered highway in northwestern North Dakota. The Highway Patrol says 28-year-old David Wilcox of Arizona was driving a pickup truck near Newtown Friday morning when he lost control on a curve and collided head-on with a semi. Wilcox and a passenger, 22-year-old Taylor Denny of Phoenix, were pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the semi, 63-year-old Douglas Landis of Montana, was not injured. The crash remains under investigation. Another cloudy, cool day here in the valley, but will we be seeing any sunshine anytime soon? Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green to find out. Lisa, I hope you have some good news for us.
Well, I'm hoping for maybe a little sunshine to start tomorrow morning, but unfortunately we're still stuck in this pattern of cloudy, colder weather, and the moisture, the rain, and the snow are going to return for this week too. So for tonight, we are looking at some 30s right now. It's 32 right at the freezing mark in Langdon, 35 in Grand Forks, and 36 in Fargo. You can see there's some clouds in the valley, mainly cloudy skies, but there could be some breaks out there. You could see that low cloud deck right here in Fargo at the moment. And through the next several hours, temperatures don't change much. We stay in those mid to some low 30s here through the early morning hours tomorrow. We do warm up a little bit as we head into the daytime hours tomorrow, but we're really going to see some changes happening again in the form of rain approaching later on. So we're going to talk about that and what we can expect through next week as well. I know a lot of people hoping for sun. It's in the forecast, but it might not be until later. So details in just a bit.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. The United States Senate voted to confirm Brett Kavanaugh as the 114th Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court following a bitter partisan standoff over the controversial nomination. The only thing both sides really agree on is calling it a low moment in Senate history. CBS's Kenneth Craig has the details from New York.
By a count of 50 to 48, the Senate confirmed Judge Brett Kavanaugh to the nation's highest court. He was sworn in a private ceremony shortly afterward.
Today begins a new chapter in American history where the Supreme Court will move significantly to the right.
Hope this is bottom. If it's not, God help us all.
The confirmation capped off a bitter partisan fight, defined by allegations that Judge Kavanaugh sexually assaulted Dr. Christine Blasey Ford when both were teenagers. A brief FBI investigation turned up no corroborating witnesses. Democrats and Republicans blamed each other for the spectacle.
It has been cruel, reckless, and indecent.
I believe Republican leaders and President Trump did everything they could to hide the facts.
Protesters in the gallery tried several times to interrupt the vote. Outside, they spent the day in vocal objection to Kavanaugh as Capitol Police hauled off some demonstrators in handcuffs.
I was here to protest when Anita Hill wasn't believed, and I can't believe I'm back here again for the same reason.
Kavanaugh also had supporters in the crowd.
The reality is that our judicial system is based on the presumption of innocence.
President Trump had glowing words for Kavanaugh.
We have a great new Supreme Court justice, and he's going to be there for many years.
Both Democrats and Republicans have suggested the confirmation showdown could energize voters in November's midterm elections. Kenneth Craig, CBS News.
Republican Senator Steve Daines of Montana was not present at the vote because he was attending his daughter's wedding. Meanwhile, the eyes and ears of many Americans were glued to that historic testimony by Dr. Christine Ford a little over a week ago. But then this past week at a rally, her allegations of sexual assault by Brett Kavanaugh were mocked by protesters. So how might a victim of sexual assault respond to seeing a woman being mocked for coming forward? We went to local experts for the answer.
Because they're wondering, what might people think of me? What might they say? Will they tell me I shouldn't have been drinking? I shouldn't have been at that party? You know, really putting the onus on the victim and the survivor rather than on the person who is doing the harming.
If you or someone you know is a victim of sexual assault, you can head over to our website, valleynewslive.com. We'll have a list of phone numbers you can call for help. Relief efforts in Indonesia are underway after a tsunami killed over 1,500 people and left behind devastating damage. More details are still ahead tonight on Valley News Live at 10.
You're watching Valley News Live on TV, online, and on the go. Always on, wherever you are, whenever you need to know. Valley News Live.